welcome to MidEast In-Depth. Today we'll be taking a look at various commentaries on President Erdogan's hand-picked successor, Ahmet Davutoglu, as AK's new leader and how the nomination aligns with the president's vision for a new Turkey. Melih Altunok asserts in the Daily Sabah that Davutoglu is a reputable figure with the AK party's base, whom Erdogan trusts, but the main reason for supporting him is the fact that he is one of the founders of the new Turkey paradigm of the AK party. The writer confirms, as Foreign Minister, Davutoglu defended integration with the West and other countries in the region. The Turkish state used to defend Cold War-era criteria on critical subjects such as Cyprus and the EU membership. Davutoglu, however, left the archaic nationalist discourse behind. Altunok concludes that Davutoglu's independent foreign policy perspective, which guards the requirements of universal law, justice and conscience, is the primary component of the new Turkey discourse. Burak Begtil is less confident in his column in the Hurriyet Daily and observes that although Davutoglu is refreshingly free of any corruption allegations, his foreign policy is not without flaws. The writer comments previously Turkey had two foreign ministers, Erdogan and Davutoglu. Now it will have three. It is out of the question that the third man will not be a like-minded ideologue. He predicts that from now on, three gentlemen, instead of two, will be fighting coup-makers in the Middle East if they go against the Muslim Brotherhood, hoping to pray at the Al-Aqsa Mosque in the Palestinian capital Jerusalem, depose Bashar al-Assad, and hopefully working for the advancement of Turkish Sunni Islamism in the former Ottoman lands. He adds, as always, they will be undecided whether they want the major Western powers in our Muslim backyard or not. It just depends on what the problem in our Muslim backyard is, who the enemy is, and whether we need the Western powers' services to defeat the enemy. He ends on a more optimistic note, but Mr. Davutoglu could be Mr. Erdogan's unwilling gift to Turkey, especially if he, with his intellectual honesty, reviewed the applicability of his faith in Turkish Sunni supremacy into 21st century polity in the former Ottoman lands. From the New York Times, a former student of Davutoglu, Bellul Ozkan, recalls that the Prime Minister's classroom pronouncements often sounded more like fairy tales than political analysis. The journalist states that Davutoglu's book Strategic Depth, written in 2001, was like a prophecy of Turkey's future. He saw himself as a grand theorist at the helm of his country as it navigated what he called the river of history. He and his country were not mere pawns in the world politics, but the players who moved the pieces. Ozkan asserts that, often wrongly labelled as neo-Ottomanist, the Prime Minister is rather a pan-Islamist and states that Mr. Davutoglu believes that Turkey should look to the past and embrace Islamic values and institutions. As Foreign Minister, he fervently believed that the Arab Spring had finally provided Turkey with a historic opportunity to put these ideas into practice. He predicted that the overthrown dictatorships would be replaced with Islamic regimes, thus creating a regional Muslim Brotherhood belt under Turkey's leadership. He adds the Prime Minister sought Western support by packaging his project as a democratic transformation of the Middle East. Yet today, instead of democratic regimes promised 3 years ago, Turkey shares a border with ISIS's self-proclaimed caliphate. The writer concludes that instead of restoring the Islamic values and institutions he has long extolled, he must foster universal values like democracy, the rule of law, and individual freedom. Only then Turkey can overcome the polarization from which it currently suffers and become a worthy example to its neighbors. For more updates, please visit levant.tv. And subscribe to MidEast In-Depth on iTunes. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.